city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
They'll start out here with the option left. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
2nd and 9 now. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do it where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game, and you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal, there's a huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. But that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained. And, in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
Now, I guess I need to clarify. I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but, of course, that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Robinson. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow, knocked him for a loss. Robinson.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was beyond the loss of the yard. It brings up 4.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
Sly able to put this one through. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Shot 17.
A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On 3rd and short, this is Dmx. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. The Eagles at 4-11 on the year. But they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking to go 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14. And it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one. This one out quickly to Watkins. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Black Ultra. Black.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a full return and a touchdown. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
It is fielded right at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Down, here's Darnold. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It's incomplete. Took a shot.
No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Okay, break.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he goes out right around the 39. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And this one is incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
On second down, this is Edmonds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. Up to the 20. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On first down, it's Darnold. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Off of play action, Darnold. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. 4 by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And the Eagles are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Here we go, set.
2nd and 8.
52 blaster. Green jack.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. Slide for the PAT. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Ready, set.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Slide blue. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Ready. Striker, 3-3.
They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been? Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he's got some space here. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Let's go.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now back to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jamin Davis dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down.
Red, cycle.
He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Take it in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Ready.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Here we go.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Here's Darnold. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. To throw is Darnold. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
97.
A chance to run here for Galladay. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. They'll look look to throw now on first down. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books.
Here we go.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
38. Blue striker. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Touchdown! Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. Ritter will throw for it. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage. Put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Robinson up the middle. And some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On the counter, this is Robinson. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Darnold on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked in plays and trying to add to this lead.
Ready.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Now a dump off here complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Real green.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Black Ultra. Ready?
Back to throw again. Again, that's Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Cluster 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
On the double. Yellow blue. Green jack. Hey, green. Light blue. Ready.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Okay, ready?
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown from 17 yards out. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout. And he'll work this one out to about the 38. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take some.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 51 yards. And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll look to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. A nice move at midfield. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coach.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear?
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.